Hey guys, Liam here. Welcome back to another episode of MetroMania. I hope you are ready. I hope you're excited, but most importantly, I hope you're having a lovely day. If you don't know what MetroMania is, it's really easy. It's a 16 Pokemon metronome-only double battle tournament to determine the MetroMania Champion. Metronome is the only move that can be used, so everything's randomized. It's great. It's just loads of fun. Just have a laugh with it. Don't take it too seriously, but also take it really seriously and hope that your favorite wins. Obviously, if your favorite's already out, it's a bit late, but there's always next season. Of course, if you're already a fan of MetroMania, hit the like button. If you're new, hit subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Thank you as always for 1.37 million subscribers. YouTube just forgot to put a 0 on there. Don't worry about it. I'll get that fixed one day. And as always, use code ACE to save yourself some money on G Fuel. I love this so much. Honestly, I wouldn't plug it if I didn't love it. Like, if it was something that I thought tasted like garbage and made me feel ill or anything like that, wouldn't be promoting it. It makes me feel great. I love it. So many flavors that there's always something tasty right around the corner. G Fuel, use code ACE. It will never let you down. But of course, I know why you're here. You're here because it's the second of our semi-finals. But before we get into the brackets, I have a really important thing I need to do. I forgot to drink it during the promo, and I feel like I should be drinking it in the promo, shouldn't I? Code ACE, but also brackets.
Last week we said goodbye to Toxicroak. It's been a fun journey for Toxicroak, but unfortunately it could not stand up to the prowess of Lucario. Lucario moves on, but let's face it, you're not interested in last week, you're interested in this week. Because this week we have an undefeated Pokemon, which I don't think we've ever seen in the 9 seasons of Metromania so far. We have Pangoro taking on Sirfetch'd, and Pangoro has never lost a battle in this season. So here we go. It's Sirfetch'd versus Pangoro. I don't think anybody has any confidence in Sirfetch'd right now. Bless his heart. But that's only because he's coming up against the undefeated Pangoro. Pangoro has shown itself to be so strong, so dominant, and quite bulky as well. So it's going to be very difficult for Sirfetch'd, a lot of people reckon. Although starting off strong with an Oblivion Wing is regular Sirfetch'd for massive damage on that regular Pangoro there. And now it's over to Shiny Sirfetch'd with the follow-up. Of course, Sirfetch'd does have the speed advantage. We see Petal Dance starting up, which will happen for a couple of turns before confusing that Shiny Sirfetch'd. Doubling into the regular Pangoro there. But now it's over to the Pangoro team. And Shiny Pangoro starts things off with Recycle, which is a mistake because there's nothing to recycle. But now we have regular Pangoro who's going to go for Sweet Kiss. Going to try and confuse somebody. It's going to land on the regular Sirfetch'd there. Regular Sirfetch'd is now going to be confused. Interesting as well because its partner's about to be confused at the end of its Petal Dance. So interesting play there by regular Pangoro. Playing a bit tactical there. We've normally seen it go for like raw power. We see confused regular Sirfetch'd going to ignore that confusion though. Get ready with the metronome and goes for dual Wing Beat, which is another flying type move. Onto Shiny Pangoro there for 2 very decent hits. Wow, Shiny Pangoro in a bit of trouble there from that regular Sirfetch'd. Now Shiny Sirfetch'd continues the Petal Dance. Massive damage. Almost takes down Pangoro, puts it in the danger zone. There's the confusion though. We now have 2 confused Sirfetch'd on one side of the battlefield. We see Leech Life coming out from Shiny Pangoro, which won't do a great deal of damage. Didn't do much at all there to regular Sirfetch'd. Not very effective. Does restore a little bit of HP. Doesn't quite put Pangoro back in the green though, Shiny Pangoro. Regular Pangoro though is looking to retaliate with Ingrain. Now that's not a bad play at all. So it's going to absorb nutrients with its roots that it's just implanted into the ground at the end of each turn, as we see happening right now. Slowly restoring its HP. If it can survive against these Sirfetch'd though, or it is in the danger zone though. This is meant to be the undefeated Pangoro. We see Shiny Sirfetch'd who is confused. Ignore that confusion though. Gearing up, ready to go. Gonna go for Leaf Blade, so sticking to grass type moves. Great chunk of damage there. It's a very Sirfetch'd thing to do as well, Leaf Blade. Puts Shiny Pangoro in the danger zone. Regular Sirfetch'd ignoring that confusion once again. Does not want to accept that it's confused. Goes for Pluck. Another flying type move from that same Pokemon. Goes and takes down regular Pangoro there. Super effective hit. Of course, it will also eat the Leper Berry that it stole from Pangoro with the Pluck there. Restoring its metronome, probably back up to maximum, I would imagine. It's normally 10 PP, but they've definitely not done 10 turns. We see Lash Out from the Shiny Pangoro there, the last Pangoro on the field. How much damage will that Lash Out do? Great deal of damage there to Shiny Sirfetch'd. Critical hit as well. Now it's time for the Sirfetch'd team once again. What are they going to do here? It's been unbelievable so far. I haven't seen Pangoro on the ropes this badly before. We see Shiny Sirfetch'd who's going to go for Volt Switch. Will that be enough? Pangoro is in the danger zone. And that is the first defeat that Pangoro has ever had in this series of Metromania so far. Wow. Sirfetch'd, even if it doesn't survive to the final, can proudly say that it got a victory, at least one victory over Pangoro, which Conkeldurr couldn't do and Scrafty couldn't do. So well done to the Sirfetch'd team, even if that is your only win tonight. That's amazing. So Shiny Sirfetch'd is going to start things off with Fire Fang on this next turn. And it does not get the burn, but Shiny Pangoro did not like that damage there. Of course, regular Sirfetch'd is going to go for 4 times effective Dazzling Gleam on both the Pangoro there. Shiny Pangoro is in the danger zone already. Regular Pangoro isn't looking too fresh either. What's it going to follow up with? Going to go for Venoshock. That's not going to do a great deal of damage to Sirfetch'd. Wow, the Sirfetch'd team are really turning the tide. Who thought this is how today was going to go? Because I sure as hell didn't. We see Sheer Cold coming out, avoided by Sirfetch'd from the Shiny Pangoro there. Very lucky Sirfetch'd avoided that. That could have been detrimental to the Sirfetch'd team, but my word. Now we see a regular Sirfetch'd. What will it do here? It's going to go for Stuffed Cheeks, which I believe means it's going to eat its berry early and increase its, I want to say, defense. Yeah, yep, defense up 2 stages. Restored the PP with its Leopard Berry. Sure thing, whatever you want to do, might do. We see Dragon Tail from the Shiny Sirfetch'd there onto the Shiny Pangoro, taking it down. That is another knocked out Pangoro right there. And now regular Pangoro does have a bit of a difficult time right now. If it wants to go through to the final, it's going to go for Stomp onto which of the Sirfetch'd? Onto regular Sirfetch'd there. Good chunk of damage, but Pangoro, I'm a bit worried for you, mate, because it looks like you might not be going to the finals. If the previous battle's anything to go by, the Sirfetch'd team are dominating right now. They're really in the driver's seat. We see Guard Split from regular Sirfetch'd onto the remaining Pangoro. So going to split its guard. I don't know why you would do that, though. You were at +2 defense. But sure. And now we see Aromatherapy coming out. That's going to be a failed turn from the Shiny Sirfetch'd there. So now Pangoro has an opportunity. What's it going to do? Going to go for Dragon Breath. Maybe hoping to paralyze one of these Sirfetch'd. Does a little bit of chip damage there, but does get the paralysis. That's the important thing whenever someone busts out Dragon Breath. It's not to do much damage. It's more about getting the paralysis on your opponent, which Pangoro has achieved. Shiny Sirfetch'd now looking for a retaliation. It's going to go for Weather Ball. There's no weather in effect, so it's only going to be 70 base power, I believe it is. And of course, it's going to be normal type, so not much damage there to Pangoro at all. Pangoro does get to follow up now, though, because it's not the slowest thing on the field anymore. Goes for Synthesis, which is a great play. 50% of its HP is about to be restored. That was a smart play there. That looks a lot healthier for Pangoro. That will keep Pangoro in this competition a little bit longer. We see Reflect coming out from Sirfetch'd, which is a great play. Pangoro's wheelhouse, of course, like most of these fighting types, is its physical attack, I should say. So Reflect is a great play for minimizing the amount of damage that Pangoro can do. So over to Shiny Sirfetch'd to start off the next turn. What's on its mind? It's going to go for Mean Look, so Pangoro can't escape, which is a waste of a turn, because Pangoro can't escape anyway, because, you know, it's the only member of its team left. Over to Pangoro now to see if it can capitalize on that bit of a blunder. Goes for Aura Sphere, which is a special attack, remember, so it's not going to be affected by the Reflect. Does a good chunk of damage there to regular Sirfetch'd, who's going to ignore the paralysis and go for Crab Hammer, which does have a good chance of critting, I believe. That's huge damage to the Pangoro there, putting it back down to less than half its max HP. And now we have Shiny Sirfetch'd once again poised, ready, looking very full of itself. Goes for Clanging Scales, Shades of Kommo-o there. Remember Kommo-o? And we see, oh wow, there's the defense drop. Big damage there to Pangoro. Pangoro once again is in the danger zone, and it's going to go for Tail Whip and try and lower the defense of both of these Sirfetch'd by 1 stage apiece. Of course, that means that Shiny Sirfetch'd is now at -2 defense after that Clanging Scales in the previous turn, so it's looking very fragile right now. We see Tar Shot coming out from Sirfetch'd, which will slow down the Pangoro and also make it weak to fire, so keep that in mind going forward just in case any fire type moves come out from the Sirfetch'd side. But it's not looking good for Pangoro, is it? I hate to kind of assume, but it's not looking good, is it? So we see Thunder Punch from Shiny Sirfetch'd there onto Pangoro, and down goes Pangoro. Pangoro is out of here. Wow, okay. So no more Pangoro in Metromania. I'm in a little bit of shock. So if I don't sound as animated, I'm so so shocked right now that Sirfetch'd has 2-0 over Pangoro. Pangoro's gone, mate. Pangoro is in a pride round right now. Can you believe that? Pangoro is fighting for pride? That doesn't make any sense. It was undefeated when it turned up. There's the accuracy drop from that, I believe that was Mud Slap. We see Shiny Sirfetch'd go for Fake Out. Oh my word. Pangoro is fighting for pride. I never thought I would see this in Metromania. We see Wonder Room swapping special defense and defense stats from regular Pangoro. What on earth is happening? That's not the way I thought this would go. Of course, there's the flinch as well from the, I believe it was Fake Out on the first turn there onto Shiny Pangoro. Now it's over to Shiny Sirfetch'd. They must be very, very proud. They defeated the undefeatable. Goes for Court Change. Of course, that is going to fail. Now it's regular Sirfetch'd who's going to deliver a Shockwave onto which of the Pangoro there? Onto the regular Pangoro for a bit of chip damage there. The Pangoro team do not look happy right now because they failed right before the final. It's bizarre. There's Sunny Day, though, from regular Pangoro there. Gonna bring the heat. So any Fire-type moves will be powered up. Water-type moves will be less effective, etc., etc. We see Power Trick from Shiny Pangoro. Gonna swap its attack and its defense there. Interesting play by Shiny Pangoro. But my word, Sirfetch'd versus Lucario in the final. Who'd have thunk? Who'd have thought it? Sirfetch'd versus Lucario. We see Poison Jab from Shiny Sirfetch'd onto the regular Pangoro there. Does it get the poison? It does not. So over to regular Sirfetch'd. What's the follow-up move going to be? It's going to be Grassy Glide onto the regular Pangoro, doubling in again. Regular Pangoro in the danger zone. How did Pangoro not prepare for Sirfetch'd? Here's Burn Up, but it does fail because Shiny Pangoro does not have the Fire type to burn up. We see regular Pangoro going for a Power Trick of its own. So both the Pangoro have swapped attack and defense, which is very, very interesting. I don't know why they've gone down that route, but it is what it is. It's Metromania. Sometimes Metromania can just be insanity, and it's not really easy to understand. We see Water Gun not going to be effective, or as effective because of the sun being in effect there. And now over to Shiny Sirfetch'd, who is going to deliver Heal Bell, which is completely pointless. So wasted turn means an opportunity in Metromania. So here we see regular Pangoro going for Snipe Shot. Again, powered down because of the harsh sunlight. So not much damage done there to Shiny Sirfetch'd. I'm glad that doesn't just fail now. Do you remember in Metromania when Snipe Shot used to just fail? I'm glad they've patched that. Eerie Impulse from Shiny Pangoro onto the Shiny Sirfetch'd there. And Shiny Sirfetch'd is going to lose its special attack. 2 stages of special attack is the drop from Eerie Impulse. How rude. I just hit my stylus on the table because I'm wiggling it around in a mad stupor. Here we see Gunk Shot from the regular Sirfetch'd there. I always want to say Shiny, even though it's not. It's the S in Sirfetch'd that gets me. Shiny Pangoro taking that damage, does not get poison though. Doing very good at avoiding the poison right now with the Pangoro team. Shiny Sirfetch'd goes for Electro Ball. And it is faster a little bit than Pangoro, so is that enough? It's not quite enough to take down regular Pangoro, though. Regular Pangoro does look to fire back, though, with Fusion Flare powered up by the harsh sunlight. Onto, anybody order roast duck? Onto Shiny Sirfetch'd. Not a great deal. It did damage, but I expected a bit more, you know, with the sunlight being up. We see Clear Smog from Shiny Pangoro, going to eliminate the stat changes of Shiny Sirfetch'd there. And bringing it down to less than half its max HP. Everyone's special defense and defense stats have gone back to normal thanks to Wonder Room. Now, I want to see Pangoro leave with its pride. I'll be completely honest. I would like to see it. They've come so far. They were so dominant for so long. I'd like to see them leave with their pride. The Cotton Sport is going to slow them down. Not that that really matters because they're slower than the 2 Sirfetch'd anyway. So that's an opportunity for the Pangoro team, I would reckon. And we see Dark Pulse from the Shiny Sirfetch'd there. Not going to do a great deal of damage at all to regular Pangoro. Not enough to take it down because, of course, it resists Dark by 4 times. But we see Shiny Pangoro go for Soak, which is an interesting play right there. So for the foreseeable future, remember that regular Sirfetch'd is indeed a water type. The harsh sunlight has faded. Now it's once again over to the Sirfetch'd team. to serve, basically. They need to, you know, they move first, so it's like tennis. They're serving. That's what that reference was. And we see Sunny Day. Okay, Shiny Sirfetch'd says, hey, let's put that sun back up. That was really nice and toasty. That was roasting me good and proper. Like a solid meme. There it is. The harsh sunlight is back in effect. What do the Sirfetch'd team have planned here? Regular Sirfetch'd is going to go for Dragon Tail onto Shiny Pangoro there for a big chunk of damage. That would have taken out regular Pangoro, though. Shiny Pangoro fires back with Soft Boil. That's a great play right there. Beautiful. Have a taste of the old egg and get yourself 50% of your HP back up. There you go. Good job, Shiny Pangoro. And over to regular Pangoro, who's not looking so fresh right now, who's going to go for Wild Charge, avoided by Sirfetch'd, probably for the best, to be honest, because the recoil damage would have knocked out regular Pangoro. So Wild Charge was a risky play. Over to Shiny Sirfetch'd now, who's going to fire off Extra Sensory, but it doesn't affect Shiny Pangoro. So over to regular Sirfetch'd to try and follow up on that terrible mistake there. Goes for Thunderbolt, which is going to land on regular Pangoro and take it down. It's all up to Shiny Pangoro now to try and secure just one victory for the pride of your team after such a great journey together. Goes for Poison Fang onto the Shiny Sirfetch'd there and gets the poison. So Shiny Sirfetch'd is on a timer right now. There's the poison damage. Is that enough? It does not quite enough to bring Sirfetch'd into the danger zone, but it's certainly getting close to it. As we see the Sirfetch'd team gearing up ready for the next turn. Shiny Sirfetch'd will start off proceedings, and it is going to go for Metal Claw onto that Shiny Pangoro, the remaining Pangoro. Not a great deal of damage, though, from that Metal Claw. Quite surprising, to be honest. And now regular Sirfetch'd is going to go for Takedown, which does come with recoil damage, but does a huge chunk of damage to Shiny Pangoro there. Shiny Pangoro not looking so fresh right now. What's it going to do in response? It's going to go for Flip Turn, which is powered down because it's a water-type move in Harsh Sunlight. So, oh, mate, did you see that damage? It barely registered. Wow. Shiny Sirfetch'd in the danger zone thanks to that poison. It's only got possibly one turn left in it. If that, to be honest. So here comes the Shiny Sirfetch'd, who's going to go for Yawn. Interesting play there. So it's going to try and put the Shiny Pangoro to sleep. Well, that'll be on the next... be the end of this turn? Yes. I want to say the end of this turn. It'll fall asleep. Here we see the regular Sirfetch'd going for Dream Eater a bit too early and doesn't affect Pangoro anyway. But it's not asleep, so it wouldn't have affected it either way. We see Pangoro go for Mega Horn on which of the Sirfetch'd here onto the Shiny, taking it out of contention. I wouldn't have bothered with that. I'd have gone for the regular Sirfetch'd because that Shiny Sirfetch'd went from 38 hit points to 19 hit points after the poison, which meant that the poison took off 19 hit points. So if you'd have just left that Sirfetch'd, it would have fainted anyway. We see Hydro Cannon. Again, the sun lights up, so that's not going to do a great deal of damage to the Shiny Pangoro there. Putting it in the danger zone, though. So Sirfetch'd is certainly... And it's got to what's the word? It's got to recharge next turn. We see Gear Grind from Shiny Pangoro, though, who is falling asleep this turn as well. So that's not good for the Shiny Pangoro there. It's about to fall asleep after that lovely Gear Grind. The Harsh Sunlight has indeed faded. No more Harsh Sunlight. And there's the sleep. Shiny Pangoro, a sitting duck right now against a duck. That's some kind of poetry, isn't it? Sirfetch'd has to recharge. Shiny Pangoro, of course, is asleep, so I guess we'll wait and see what happens there. What's Sirfetch'd going to do on the next turn? It basically has free reign to do anything right now, with Shiny Pangoro not being able to respond. Goes for Sand Attack, lowering the accuracy of Pangoro, but what's the point? It's asleep and it's in the danger zone. Just take it out. Don't turn heel at this stage of the game, Sirfetch'd. Don't get too full of yourself. Pangoro isn't going to the final. You have nothing left to prove. You've defeated the undefeatable. Just do the merciful thing and take down Pangoro. We see Metal Claw avoided. Ah, there you go. You lowered his accuracy and then you missed. That's what you get for being cheeky. That is what you get for being cheeky. Sirfetch'd is going for the Metronome now. And what's it going to do? It's going to go for Glare, trying to paralyze a sleeping Pokemon. Pangoro rightly wakes up and does not look happy with the tactics of Sirfetch'd. Goes for Incinerate. Is it going to land the burn on Sirfetch'd? It does barely any damage, though. Burns up the Leper Berry. Does not get the burn on Sirfetch'd. So now it's over to Sirfetch'd once again. with that metronome. It's going to go for agility and increase its speed. Why is it doing this? Why is it not just being merciful and taking out Pangoro? Sirfetch'd is really showing its true colors in this battle. This is disgusting behavior. Pangoro is going to go Water Pulse. Is it all in vain, though? Because I think it knows. I think it knows its goose is cooked. Pardon the pun, because there's a duck on the field, and I don't think ducks and geese get on very well. Here we see Sirfetch'd once again. Is it going to deal the killing blow? Goes for Poison Sting, which it knows is not going to take out Pangoro. Not enough damage. Doesn't even get the poison, which would have taken Pangoro out. We see Venoshock from Pangoro onto Sirfetch'd, trying to deal as much damage as it can to leave with its pride, but is it too little too late? I think Sirfetch'd is out of metronome. It is out of metronomes. It's going to struggle. It's forced to end the battle. 3-0 against Pangoro. That is insanity. Sirfetch'd is your second semi-final winner. It's going on to the final to face Lucario, and I cannot believe what I've seen today. The undefeated Pangoro is gone, and Sirfetch'd reigns supreme. Tune in next week for the final.
So that'll do it for another episode of Metromania. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. Head over to Twitch, hang out with me over there, and subscribe on that and stuff. It helps out the channel. And of course, use code ACEMONEY off G Fuel. But until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.